Welcome back. You're listening to Real Talk Seattle on Business Radio 1300 KKOL. I'm your host, Ken Crotts. This is where we strip away the clutter and get to the truth about buying, selling, and holding real estate, revealing industry secrets and giving you the inside track. We're here with our special guest, Pam Ellis, owner of Ellis Designs, talking about steps to be taken in preparing your house for sale. Pam is a professional stager and has helped some of my clients and been just fantastic. I would highly encourage anybody who's thinking about selling their home to, step one, call Pam Ellis and have her come and do an initial consultation. Considering the size of the sale, the sale of a house is a really big deal. It's one of your biggest financial assets. And having somebody like Pam in can certainly help you get more money for the house and reduce the amount of effort that it's going to take to get that top dollar. So I think one of the burning questions a lot of our listeners probably has is, does staging really work?
Yes. So I've been doing this quite a while now, and it even amazes me, even though I'm supposed to know this, but I am often blown away at how effective staging is. Sometimes we'll come in after a listing has expired, it's not sold. Maybe a new realtor has come in and they hire me to stage or another stager, and it sells within a week.
Okay, so just to clarify for our audience, an expired listing is a listing that was for sale with another realtor, and for whatever reason, the property didn't sell. And the listing is a contract, and the contract expires, hence expired listings. I myself have made a big part of my career coming in and remarketing and restaging and reselling properties that have had expired listings.
We like those, don't we? They make us look good.
Well, you know what I love about our clients that are expired listings? They're educated. They now know what doesn't work.
True.
So they're second time through, and they generally have a much greater appreciation for an experienced agent, and in your case, an experienced stager who can really help them get the house set up and ready to go. So what are the benefits?
Well, I think top of the list is that people shop for a home on the MLS.
Yes.
They go online. They do that at home. When they come home, it just becomes their
hobby, obsession.
That's right, an obsession, exactly. And so you want those photos to be amazing. It's like fishing in a way. You want that bait to be really good because you want to get them out to the home.
Right, shiny lure.
That's right, and it's really sad when I see people's homes, some of these pictures, and they're unstaged, and there's dirty dishes in the sink, and it's I can't believe that photos are being put up like that. So if the photos are captivating, you're going to get the people to your home. This is really, really critical, and some people just don't really believe this, but we want our buyers or the people coming through the home to have an emotional connection with the home. We want them. We are human beings. We have emotional connections to things. We want them to walk in and go, oh, I can see myself living here. What a great house. We don't want them to go, this is really boring. This is vacant. This is lifeless. This isn't doing anything for me. Honey, next.
Ew response.
Or the ew. Oh yeah, definitely not good.
We've had a few of those.
Right.
And one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on is our market has increased 20% over the last couple of years. People are finding that they have equity. The number of bank-owned and short sale properties is going down. And really, we were marketing much more presentable properties in 2006 and 7. And as the market went down and there was no equity in a property and they're doing short sales, you're right, the photos became absolutely ugly. Properties, the owners had no incentive to make them look beautiful. Now that we've regained much of our losses, and in some cases we're back to our pre-recession prices, it's really important now. Now you're competing against new construction, which is back with a vengeance. And those are staged houses, and those are houses with professional designers. And so your house needs to pop because the competition is bigger than ever.
Perceived value is very, very important, too. I use this example. If you go to a fine restaurant, so you have the lights are low, you've got the white tablecloths, you have the candle, your dinner is brought to you and presented to you, and it's the beautiful little puddles of glaze and the drizzles and the sprigs, and they set it down for you. And it's just an amazing experience, right? And it smells good.
Right.
Okay, now turn the lights up, take that tablecloth off, turn the music off, scrape that food into a bowl. Now, would you pay the same amount for that food? It's the exact same food. Would
Not
you
at
pay
all.
Not at all.
Not
it's
at
all
all.
in the presentation. And should a house be any different? No.
No,
So-
a house shouldn't be any different. In fact, in a house, there should be considerably more effort put into making it presentable because there's much more at stake than just the satisfaction
true.
of your a meal at the end of the day.
And when people put all that money into a new carpet or painting, they often go, oh, I just don't have the money for staging. You know what that's like? That's like paying for a bridal gown and the musicians and the flowers and then sending the bride down the aisle in sweatpants. It doesn't make any sense.
There's a visual. Well, okay. The one thing I do get occasionally from clients is I had another agent in and they said new carpets, new paint, redo the kitchen, redo the deck, mow the lawn, have it re-landscaped, and you can throw money at a problem and not get a return. So, what kind of a return on investment? I know there's probably not a general rule, but is there a return on investment? If somebody puts in $1, are they going to get more than $1 back? Because that's really the essential equation at the end of the day for the homeowner.
Well, a home that's staged and priced right is going to sell fast. Right?
Right.
And very often these days, it's selling for more than the asking price. Just last night, I got a call from a client, and their house sold within hours of being listed for over the asking price.
Wow.
So compare that to a house sitting there. You're paying an extra mortgage payment. You're paying utility costs. You're having to upkeep the house. If it's winter, you're paying for heat. You're having to keep everything managed. That mounts up. Month after month of that, wouldn't it be better just to throw a little extra on the staging, which, by the way, the price of staging is far less than your price reduction, the average price reduction, far less. Just price it right, make it look great, sell that thing.
Well, I was surprised at how affordable your staging charges were for the last client that you worked for us. Can you give us a quick list of things people can do on their own to freshen up the house if they're thinking about selling?
Always clean, deep.
Deep clean.
I recommend hiring a professional come in and do that because they understand. The ones that work with real estate staging or real estate people, they know how to get into that refrigerator and in the back of those drawers and in those cupboards because people will look. If you're really serious about buying a house, you're going to be looking in those places.
Yeah, they dig deep.
Yeah.
If you've just tuned in, you're listening to Real Talk Seattle on Business Radio 1300 KKOL. I'm your host, Ken Crotts. Today we're talking about staging homes with Pam Ellis, owner of Ellis Design. And so we're going over a quick list of things you can do. So we've just started with a deep clean. And I mean, get down into the window tracks, get behind the refrigerator, dig into the back of that cabinet, because buyers love clean houses. Nobody wants to live in somebody else's dirt.
And we become blind to certain things.
Absolutely.
We live with it every day. So somebody else coming in, they're going to see those areas that we kind of skip over.
We have our little weak points in the house that
That's right.
we
We just
become
live
blind
with.
to.
That's right. That's why a stager is really important to have them in early because they have fresh eyes. They haven't seen your house a million times like you.
Right.
Their eye is going to go right to those areas because I don't know if you know it or not, but when you walk into a room, your eye falls. Everybody's eye falls to a certain place. Stagers know this. It's very strategic how we place things. We want them to not be detracted by something negative. So the arrangement is like, I don't know, it's like magic. and there is a formula. You want high visual point. You want the eye to go from point A to point B to take in a room. So if your room is full of a bunch of stuff, a bunch of extra furniture, a bunch of knickknacks, that sort of thing, it really does not take the eye where it needs to go. It detracts. So you're not seeing the beautiful fireplace. You're seeing all the little junky things on top of the fireplace.
Right.
Not that people's things are junk. I don't mean
banjo
that.
up on
But
the wall.
somebody who doesn't have a connection to those things, it is junk. It really is.
Now, what about artwork? And because everybody has their own taste, their own flair and style.
Well, here's what I see pretty much across the board. Art is hung way too high. Mm-hmm. Here's the rule. The middle of the art should be eye level to the average person or lower. And here's why. Because if it's hung too high, it's just floating around up there. It has no connection to anything. You want to bring it down, group it with the furniture, let it be a part of the decor. The other thing is that art is too small in most cases, and it's bland, or it's like little certificates and they're spaced way apart. It's just not doing anything. It's not having any impact whatsoever. And it should be large. It should be bright. It should, it has to have impact.
Do you find that the average homeowner will have one or two pieces you can use? Because I having gone through staging a long, long time ago, one of the things that I remember being taught is use what's there.
Mm-hmm.
And how much do you typically reuse of the furniture, of artwork, and that sort of thing that a homeowner already has?
That kind of depends. We can use a lot of the homeowner's things. Sometimes, actually, you can't. And I wanted to say that.
Of course.
So you don't, we say strip out a house, but sometimes people go too far. They strip it completely out, and then I walk in, I have nothing to work with. That's why the consultation is important. I can go in, I can even sometimes put blue tape on things to take all these things away.
Right.
And then when I come back, I know what's going to be there, and I know what I need to bring in.
Well, that's great. So if they leave furniture for you to use, you don't have to bring it in, and then they don't have to pay you to bring it in.
Exactly. Although sometimes it really does need to be.
Well, that's part of the consult. We'll leave that to the consultation, but I'll let you break that to them.
Very often, we use just the homeowner's things, though, or they might need just a little bit of this and that.
Yeah, that was the case with the last house you staged for us. You used a lot of the clients.
Yeah, he had great stuff.
Yeah, he had great stuff. You brought in some stuff, and you've referred to a bed in a bag. I think that's fascinating. A bed in a bag, so you can just bring in a bag and a bed.
Well,
pops
okay,
out of
so
it.
here's the thing: bedding is often neglected, even in super nice homes. And you go and you look at the master bedroom, which, by the way, is a very important room, and it's neglected. So bed in a bag, you can buy everything in one big bag, all the pillows, everything. It's really affordable at a discount store like Ross or Marshall, something like that. I don't know if I'm supposed to say those names.
That's all right.
But it really has a lot of
pre-designed, too.
Yeah, there you go.
The colors match.
Yes.
Yeah, you're listening to Real Talk Seattle with your host, Ken Crotts, on Business Radio 1300 KKOL. Our special guest, Pam Ellis, owner of Ellis Designs, is going to share with us how to prepare your house for sale. After this break, we have a few more points that we want to get to for homeowners to do on their own.